Hey, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw a vampire. I'm going to kind of talk my way through it. I'm just adjusting the camera here. We're going to be just drawing a generic vampire head, and I'm going to be using this right here. This is a straight up mechanical pencil. I'm going to be using this 1 micron, that's the 08, and I'm going to be using this Faber-Castell PITT artist pen. It's like a thin one. Usually there's a thick one for caricatures, so that's kind of it. If you do like videos like this, I'm going to be just talking my way through it and going through it. And if you like that stuff, press the like button. Also subscribe and click the notification bar. I'm going to try to post a few Halloween videos before Halloween arrives. So that's first part. Forgive me. It's going to be hard to see. I'm going to draw a circle for the brain case of the head. Because at the beginning you're just drawing a regular portrait. Drawing straight line for the center line. Angle right here for the far side of the face. I'm gonna have him looking a little bit to the left. I'm gonna pull back the lower jaw and then pull up. I'm gonna be thinking about the Nosferatu style vampire. I'm gonna draw him with his big ear. I love that big ear thing. I like it on Spock. I like it on Aliens. I like it on everything. It's just cool looking, and that's why they keep doing it, I'm sure. So I'm going to draw just a random kind of like flared out shape for that. Hopefully you can see that. Again, this will go quick because I want you to see this tutorial. And I'm going to be pulling down the neck, the back here. I'm going to try to find the neck somewhere on the front toward the middle portion of the chin and then pull down. And pull off to the side of the neck here. I don't really know what I want him to be wearing yet, but I'm going to draw a straight line for the center line across. It's really the brow line. And then I'm going to draw just these indications for the eye. So I kind of draw, I'm thinking of the eye sockets, and I'm just putting these vague shapes. You can put whatever shape you want, but that's kind of the way it is, I think. Pulling down here into the nose. And I'm going to pull into, I might put him into a smile right here, why not? And the fangs are a big part of it. The fangs are a very, very big part of the look, of course. The vampire, it's probably one of the only distinguishing things, I think, other than the ear for this version I'm about to draw. And all this is indication. I'm drawing this as a placeholder. Going on the side of the face right here, just kind of like finding my edge of the forehead. And kind of finding the top of the forehead. I'm finding these things so that I can later go into them with a pen, because a pen, I'm going to go into this stuff with pen. Finding the inside of the upper portion of the ear. One thing I want you to do is, if you've been watching me for a while, go to my Patreon. I'm going to put a link below. Go to my Patreon, and if you're really stuck, for example, if you've been drawing for a little bit, and you're like, wow, I am completely, totally stuck. I cannot get out of this. Go there. I'm going to be posting tips there almost every day. I'm going to be posting videos. I'm going to be looking at people's art very specifically to kind of get them out. And they might have the exact same problem you have. And also, the idea of it is somewhere where if you are having these challenges, that you can overcome them. And it's kind of how you can overcome them. Because just being there is gonna make you improve. That's a big thing. A big thing is osmosis. Being around other people that do it, addressing very specific issues that you have. For example, another issue I try to talk about on that channel, and I've talked about it here, but I really try to go into, I'm gonna go into it a lot more there, would be the issue of not being motivated. If you're not motivated to do it, I hear that a lot. It's like you're not motivated, you're not inspired. There are ways to do that, to auto-push that self, that part of you. And I talk more about it, like more specific about it there. So go check out that Patreon if you're stuck. If you're like I said, you don't know what to do. If you just want to straight up improve, go to that place. Because at least for the sketching is like even this stuff, right? This is all structure. This is like stuff I do in my sketchbook. The idea is that, like, if you like, for example, paintings and long drawings, they have the same problems outside of color, that is, right? Colors for painting, but everything else is a drawing problem. Structure. anatomy, composition, value. All of that stuff is drawing problems. Really sketching stuff. Whatever you do in your sketchbook and you practice that, that's your training ground, your sketchbook, your sketches. When you see how good someone's sketches are, you can really predict how good they're going to be in their finished stuff. Not always, but usually you can predict it. They won't have perspective issues in their painting, right? Because they figured it out in their sketching. The sketching is where it's at. And that's why I call myself Sketch Monster, because I really wanted to kind of emphasize that portion of it. Because I think that's the basis, the framework for everything else. Sorry, anyways, that was a ramble, guys. But yeah, check that out later. So I'm going to go into the nose right here. Pulling down. The general nose shape I'm thinking of is the bridge of the nose, the front, and then I'm thinking of the side here and along the wing of the nostril. I might make the wing of the nostril kind of big. I didn't really think about his eyebrows, but Nosferatu has giant eyebrows, so maybe I can do that. Huh. But like I said, this is not directly Nosferatu. So that's good enough shape. I'm gonna literally go into this with this right here, with my Micron 08, Pigma Micron 08, and I'm gonna go in here and I'm just gonna trace out that shape. Kind of trace out, but I'm also gonna be drawing as well, you know. And make sure the camera's still on. Sorry, that ramble was still on. Pulling down here, eye shape. I'm gonna make him a little angrier because he looks a little too like sly, and I don't want to do that. It's creepy for me. Creepy's good, I guess, right? But I'm just kind of tracing out a lot of those shapes before I put in more stuff. Going right here, the tip of the nose. Thinking of the ridge of the bridge of the nose, and that's cartilage, for example, and then the wing right here. I'm going to throw a little bit of a wing here. Change in plane. I'm throwing in a single line. That is an indication. This side, this eye, I should have done it first. I've always say that, but I messed up. I did not draw that eye first. Let's go over here and do this other eyebrow. Pulling in here, ridge. Let's see. Okay, going down right here into the philtrum, I believe they call it, right? Which is that little that little divot, that dip, the concave dip, and below your nose, right between your above your lips. I'm not gonna make the smile. The smile's weird. I gotta make him angry. The smile looked so strange. Fangs sticking out your mouth. Yo, fangs. It's amazing this lore became like romantic, right? I mean, it was so horrifying in the Nosferatu era, and then it became like romantic, right, in the Dracula era, I guess. I forgot when it became. I saw a documentary about how it became romantic, the vampire lore. I mean, obviously there's both aspects to it, but I can't remember when it became romantic. I was like, that's so strange. More of a werewolf fan. Those are cool. In my opinion, they're cooler, but I mean, you know, it's to each their own. So I'm drawing in the lower lip right here, and then I'm drawing the kind of where that lower lip ends, the kind of the, how do you call it? The mouth cylinder. If you've watched my other videos, you know what that is, a mouth cylinder. Kind of that kind of muzzle area. Pulling in here. Pulling up. It's gonna take care of the far side of the face, so I don't have to like do that later. Pulling air. Forehead goes backward right here. There's a kind of the front plane of the face, and it goes into the top plane of the face of the head right there. Right here into the ear. I'm gonna pull that ear back a tiny bit. Pulling down. inside of the ear canal. You can look at your own ear canal. It's relatively, I wouldn't say it's like simple, but a lot of it's just like a lot of arcs. You know, I know they have that Y thing going on where there's like a Y shoved into a circle. I've taught that before, and I'll go with that. I mean, you can kind of look that video up. I talk about the ear and how that it's basically a Y shoved into like a circle. Pulling down here. Don't know if I want him to wear anything yet. For now, I think I'm just gonna make like a straight up portrait style thing going on. Little bit of a line here. So far what I want to do is I want to get rid of those lines, and I'm gonna go with my eraser and try to get rid of as much as I can right now. So I gotta be careful though, because some of this stuff isn't dry and you could easily smear ink, which is a no-no. Those construction lines are to help me. They are my cheat sheet, you know? And the cheat sheet doesn't really count if you're doing it yourself, per se. So you gotta do that. You gotta think, you're controlling your mind. Your mind is processing only so many things at once. And you can definitely just go in and sketch and doodle, but a better idea, if you're not just kind of sketching and doodling, if it's something you need help for, you help yourself that way. You help your own brain by only taking care of one step at a time. You do everything in stages, and you will be so much better for it. Alright, come on. Sorry about this. I need a bigger eraser, honestly. The eraser's just, I don't know, I'm just using the back of this thing. It's easier right now. Hope I don't knock this thing over, the camera. Yeah, I think this is almost about right. Alright, so now we have our template to work with. Let me go into it with some more darks with this right here, the Faber-Castell PITT Artist Pen, the thin one though. This is a thin version. Going in, there's a cast shadow from the eyelid that happens onto the eye, and I want to put it in there. Right here, doing the cast shadow from the other side. I'll draw an eyelid, and an actual eyelid later with the other one, with the micron. Right, I'm just trying to get like the big darks placed. There tends to be a cast shadow if there's light from above, with the ear casting a shadow onto the neck, and then also the chin casting a shadow under. Alrighty, pulling in there, a little bit more of the neck. Let's see, let's draw a little bit more here. I'm trying to get a little more furrowed, a little bit angrier. It's looking too clean. It's looking too much like a Namekian or something. I wanna grungy him up. He's too proper, yo. Going over here, and I think I'm gonna do it with the darks, really, with the... Alright, pulling in. There's a cast shadow from the nose right down to the mouth. Kind of leaving a line there to make sure there's a separation between that. Alright, Alright, let's give him a little bit more gaunt of a face because he's looking way too clean. So I'm going to give him a more gaunt look. Usually that gaunt look comes from the like sunken in cheekbones. Just drawing lines here. Like thick lines, but lines nonetheless. Going here, thinking of like this, the light source coming from above, coming down. That's obviously the biggest thing. So thinking of that light source. So what would be lit? But then you're also thinking of what would be kind of stylishly lit as well. What are you doing? So for example, I want to put in some lines into his forehead. That's a good idea. Going a little bit more here. Let's go along the ridge of his nose a little bit. Kind of throwing in information here. We're again trying to make it look a little bit dirtier, a little bit grungier, a little bit more evil, right? Under the bottom of the chin. Alright, see, trying to pull, the idea is I'm trying to pull more darks out of this without overdoing it. That's kind of the issue. Because once you overdo it, you can't pull back. You know, stuff's ink, right? You use an ink, so I mean, there's really no pulling back once you overdo it. I'm gonna try drawing these eyebrows. Might be too much, but I mean, I got it right there, eyebrows. And then here, the furrow. There we go. I like this right here. The furrow, the mouth there. It'll age him. It'll look him, make him look more scary, mature kind of thing. We're trying to get rid of that baby face I was drawing earlier. I was like, or this guy, he doesn't have a baby face. Going here. Maybe drawing a line up here for, again, some of this is mood, some of this is information, and it's kind of what we're doing here. Huh. Alright, just kind of looking at it, stepping back. I'm like, okay, what can I throw in there? Again, that won't overdo it. Alright, let me go with the smaller one here, and this is the Micron 08 Pigma Micron. These are widely used by a lot of artists. I recommend getting a set of these. They're extremely useful. And I also recommend getting the Faber-Castell PATT artist pen. I don't know what company that's from. It is just Faber-Castell. Sorry, that's the company. So I'm drawing smaller. This is for smaller details, correct, around the eyes. So that's what I'm trying to do, like stuff in the hair of the eyebrow. Again, I'm kind of going along the edges. Sorry, I got a little quiet there. I was concentrating. But so I'm trying to go into some of these edges and kind of put detail where detail is necessary or detail would help. And you're more or less just kind of playing and toying with the design and that so forth. Like what would be beneficial to the overall design? I'm almost done here. Don't worry about it. This is mostly just a demonstration. Like I said, if you want to improve your sketching or any of that, hit up my Patreon. I'm going to be posting tips almost every day on just your pure sketching and how you can improve it and what you can do to do that. There's different tiers, so check out those tiers. And I'm going to be posting a lot less, I think, on this channel. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. For Halloween, for sure, I'll be posting here a lot on this channel. I think that might be it. I think that might be... Oh, look at that. Yeah, I think I like that the way it is. I'm gonna leave it as so. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you do like watching videos like this, please hit the subscribe and then click the notification icon. Because as of now, I'm kind of posting infrequently, but I'm gonna try to put up at least a couple a week. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Also, if you want to know the tools I used, I'll write them in the description. See you later, guys.